How often should I clean and remove my system? Guys, this is literally one of the most common questions I get asked, so it's about time I did a video on it. First up, I'd just like to say that New Lace CU are offering 20% off your first system bought with them. What you do is you go to their website, you make your order, and in the coupon code box, put New Lace CU 20. Totally worth it, guys. When you're spending a lot of money on a system, 20% will save you a lot. So I really recommend going over to New Lace CU and getting yourself that 20% discount. So, a few things I wanted to cover today. First thing, I've got over 100 subscribers. So guys, thank you so much for following me, showing interest in my content, and I really hope that it's benefiting you in some way. Now, today, as I said earlier, I want to talk about how often you should clean and remove your system. Personally, I do it every 2 weeks. It's not always exactly every 2 weeks, but it's usually around that time frame. Now, the reason I've made this video today is because I've had my system on for about 2.5 weeks, and I wanted to show you the signs you should be looking out for as to when you should remove the system and give it a good clean. Now, if you look super close at my hairline, you'll notice it's becoming a bit scabby, the glue's coming off, it's just looking a bit messy. When you're getting that kind of stuff sort of towards the top of your forehead, if you have an exposed hairline, this is when I'd really recommend you think about cleaning or removing and cleaning the system. Because otherwise it's just going to look like you have loads of scabs in your forehead and people are going to be like, what the heck is that all about? So I think it's usually around 2 weeks that it starts happening for me. Obviously my body chemistry is going to be different from yours, but I would never say have a system on longer than 4 weeks without giving it a good removal and clean, because otherwise it's just super unhygienic, guys. So for me, and I think that a lot of people sort of go by this sort of fortnightly rule. Some people clean it every week. Now for me, I don't have time to do that because it does take time. I mean, even with practice, and even if you've worn systems for years, it takes time to remove and clean a system. And quite often you need to have a trim when you're doing it as well. I trim my hair myself. I will make a video as well about if you want to trim your hair yourself, how best to do it. It's really easy once you know how, and I will point you in the direction of a few really good YouTube tutorials as to how to do that. It will save you about £80, which is probably about $100 American, if you had to go to a salon and have it done. It's much cheaper to do it at home. So yeah, going back to what I was saying, I'd say once every 2 weeks, because otherwise you do get scabbiness come up, you do get, I mean, your system can start to smell, because remember that sweat is accumulating under your system, especially if you have a poly, because that sweat has nowhere to go. If you've got a lace, you might get away with it a bit more. I personally wear a Swiss lace at the moment, courtesy of New Lace CU. It does mean my skin can breathe, but the system does start to smell after a while, so you do need to give it a clean. And you need to get all of the glue off, make sure that you've cleaned it properly, you've cleaned your scalp properly, so that you can get a good adhesion for another 2 to 3 weeks. So I hope you found that helpful. If you do have any questions in relation to what I've spoken about or any comments, please drop it in the comments box below. If you're enjoying my content, I'd love it if you subscribed and check out some of my other videos. I'm sure they can be of help to you. So till next time, bye for now.